What is happening out there today, folks? Remo back. We are out on my newest Snowrunner mod map project, which is going to be the Death Roads. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to call it that when I upload it on mod.io. They have some pretty crazy words that get censored. That's the word I'm looking for. Censored. Gonna give it a try, but we'll see. We'll come up with something similar if that doesn't pass. Anyways, I just happen to be one of those lucky people that doesn't sleep a whole lot at night. I'm like a 3 to 4 hour kind of person. Job I used to work at, I used to get up really early, and I guess it's just kind of instilled in me now. But anyways, the good news with that is, especially lately, I've been finding a couple hours most mornings while everyone else is asleep to quietly plug away working on the map. And right now I'm good chunk of the way across. I've got the whole main gully and valley river area kind of done. That's what we're doing here. We're going to just take one of these side trails down and do a little run across the river. I haven't actually driven this yet. This is the first time I've really been out driving on it other than the video you saw a couple days ago. Now a lot of this lower area here is going to be a little bit muddier than up on the Death Road trails, and that's actually after we do a little running along here checking out some of the riverside. I'm going to hop up in another truck and we'll do a run across one of the other mountain cliff roads, I guess you'd call them, and it's got a few hairpins and stuff in it. We're going to pull a trailer and see. There is going to be a trail or two along the river, but it's going to be a little bit of I don't know if this is inspired by just making some expeditions maps, but I'm going to have it a little bit more free roam down around the bottom. Most of this river should be somewhat crossable. There's going to be some deep spots. A little hint, if you can see rocks, you're probably okay to get through it. The current, as you can see, isn't too bad. You're definitely going to want to snorkel. And I'm probably going to spend a bit more time putting some small rocks that you can't really see under the water just to make it a bit more challenging. I do have to add a bit more mud. Honestly, I have spent hours just laying in mud depth already on this because a lot of the map is going to be muddy. All the trails and everything are going to have some levels of mud. It's not all going to be bury the truck mud, but there's going to be a lot of ambient mud around the map too. That's as much just for the kind of soft feel of the area, and it's a little bit more fun to drive on than just the firm hard roads. That first look coming down through the big part of the river, because there is kind of a couple smaller rivers that hook in, pretty happy with it. It looks pretty good. I switched the water to the dark brown muddy water. Again, just watching a few more of the videos and stuff, it's something I noticed is there's not very much clean water running up around that area. Typically, I'm looking at the Bolivia death roads, a lot of those, some of the Discovery documentaries and stuff. Now, in terms of watching a few more of the videos and just trying to get a better feel for what the place looks like and that, things I'm seeing that I can work in for missions, first of all, there's going to be a bunch of vehicle recoveries. I'm thinking I'm going to make some little isolated type villages around that maybe you got to deliver a few things to. There seems to be a fair bit of like mining and stuff that we can play around with a little bit. Things like that. The logging, obviously, there's going to be quite a few runs of that. Probably going to try, I know the sequoias kind of look funny for the area. You're not going to see a lot of trees like that, but it's fun to haul them, so I'll probably work them into one of the loading areas. This whole map is essentially going to be a real hard slog. It's not necessarily like slogging through the mud, but like most of the cliff roads, I've as you've seen in the other video, if you watched it, you're going to see in this one just coming up here in a bit, there's not a lot of room for error. I have given some areas are fairly comfortable to drive on, but I have tried to kind of work in some smaller, skinnier areas that it really doesn't take much of a turn of the wheels or a trailer kind of cutting the corner a bit and you're right off the side. A couple of the comments just kind of joking around, but gonna make sure there's a few extra logs at the loading areas for sure, because this map I anticipate is gonna probably put a bunch of us through quite a few crashes. I've already, my first run in the first video there, I rolled down one of the hills and I wasn't trying. It's just some of the areas are pretty skinny, and I'm gonna do some testing that way and see how it goes in terms of kind of making a balance. There's got to be tough parts and easy parts. So anyways, let me know what you think so far, what you want to see in this map in terms of missions, and if you have ideas. Like I said, food delivery is another one. Remote stuff, there's not going to be any real populated areas, maybe some bigger and smaller villages. So yeah, ideas are always welcome. Love the great comments everyone's been throwing out. It really does keep me motivated, and I appreciate it a lot. So hang around and watch the end of this run on the side of the cliff, and yeah, looking forward to hearing the feedback, and I'm going to keep plugging away and hopefully have this out in not too long. Been a lot of fun to build so far. Anyways, we'll talk to you all again soon.